It's interesting that you mentioned the struggle because jihad literally means struggle.
So does Kampf.
Got that going. That was unnecessary.
In case y'all didn't know.
It is interesting. I don't know. Words are interesting. Like I even have a hard time saying Jew in front of like my rabbi. It's like, well, we were Jewish, so it doesn't. But it's still a weird word because some people want.
Hey, Rabbi, we're just a couple of Jews.
Just a couple of Jews, man.
Apparently, everyone at the barbecue's from Brooklyn. Yeah. We're all Jews.
My dad's from Brooklyn.
You have your own personal. Does every Jew have their own personal rabbi?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, they could be the same rabbi though. I guess.
No. Your own personal rabbi.
When I was at Purdue, I had a good rabbi at the Chabad there. Yeah, he was a good guy. I don't know.
Was he your personal rabbi?
Was he?
Though?
Yeah,
he was
like
a
your
Jew.
own personal rabbi.
He was a Jew. Hopefully, I would
You have
assume
some
so.
like shellfish in front of you, and you're like, "Fuck, what do I do, man?" Give him a ring.
I don't know. I've only met one or two rabbis where I'm like, yeesh. Like by and large, rabbis that I've met over my life have been pretty cool guys.
What about the one that cut your penis?
Yeah.
What about that one?
I don't remember.
How do rabbis make money off the circumcisions?
Keep the tips.
Oh, Jesus.
So I thought it was interesting, especially what's happening today with this whole Jew thing.
Whoa, Jewish thing.
The media. Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I thought about the context.
I thought about Jewish person thing. It seems like in a lot of different ways, black is used in like it can be used in a similar context. Like people maybe like, oh, you can't call him black or whatever. You can't say black. It's just kind of the same way with Jew. Like don't call him a Jew or don't say. What did they say though? We're gonna teach that Jew a lesson or something like that.
No. We're gonna teach that man a lesson, and it's okay that he's
Jewish.
Yeah, because it kind of like sets you up. Like if you kind of restrict what people can say, it kind of sets you up for making a mistake in other directions, and like now you gotta make up for that. Like I personally, I think if you want to criticize or talk about people, I don't think you should be afraid to say words. But I mean, obviously, like the whole episode is about like how do you refer to someone who's Jewish. If not a Jew, right? And it's a good conversation.
And that's one of my favorite things that I've always loved about It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is that these characters get so lost in trying to be politically correct that they end up being so far from politically correct. It's I'm going to talk about this when we talk about the story later. It's the kind of notion that's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. They're trying to get ahead, but in this case, it's like 2 steps forward and then like 12 steps back. The gang is constantly trying to get ahead in everything, including their motivations. And they're just constantly ending up way behind.
Oh yeah. I think we see a lot of that today. You know, people try and do what they think is right, but sometimes they make mistakes and they mess up in other directions and they have to, I guess, course correct from there.
I mean, I think it's interesting how they kept there's a very thin veneer between the situation with the bar and like the actual Israel-Palestine conflict.
Yeah, like the fences.
With the whole like fences and he's claiming off a 300-year-old law or something like that. And like, you guys had 2 times to fix this, but you didn't, stuff like that. I thought that was pretty interesting. And then instead of getting like too heavy into the weeds, they go into that whole bit about legal recourse. And that just like is the comedic relief, I suppose, for anyone who's like paying attention and following the veneer in sort of like a Get Out kind of way, but with a comedic relief instead of just that weird tense back and forth.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't even catch that until we watched this together before recording this. All those references.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I caught the wall one. I didn't catch. You had 2 opportunities to fix this.
Yeah, that one I didn't catch.
He's just going to come in here with a 300-year-old law, and now it's suddenly his, or something like that.
Oh shit! Well, maybe I should give a couple extra points to the story when we go to talk about it here. I think I might have to give this episode a little bit more credit than I was about to. That's a good point there. Kebab.
Well,
I think as far as episodes of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia goes, this isn't one of my favorites, but I think this is a very important Sunny episode. You got a couple great lines. You got Grilled Charlie that's introduced and plenty of memes that have been spawned out of this episode. But up until like literally a minute ago when you pointed all that out, Kebab, I still think it's not exactly one of my favorite episodes in this season.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we have a longer season. We have more episodes in this season than last season, right?
Oh yeah, and I mean, I'm not about. I'll go ahead and say that this is probably better than anything in season 1. Still though, I'll put this episode above anything that we've reviewed in season 1.
I would do that. I think so too. If we're talking about how we're going to rank the episodes, I think for me, probably most of season 2. I think season 1 won't be on the top of my lists at the end of the list, especially now compared to this season.
Sometimes as I sit home late at night by myself, I imagine statistics and bar graphs, and that's how I like to look at episodes in terms of each one that we rate. So while this one may have like an overall be like the highest, so if we're taking a bar graph of just rating the episodes, okay, maybe this one is the biggest chunk, but if you take the different categories that go up and down, kind of like that Singular, the old cell phone company, like raising the bars going up and down and stuff like that. That's how I view it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I can say this without laughing, but I was looking at my bar graphs and pie charts as well.
There you go.
Yeah, with that, it showed that this episode was, to me, really just average. But I almost agree that it was better than all of season 1. Granted, I think when we look at the scores, I had one episode in season 1 that I ranked higher than this.
I have a hard time saying it's bad. I just don't.
Definitely not bad.
I don't think it's. We talk about the episodes that you'd show someone who's never seen this show before. What are the go-to ones? This maybe is one of them. I put it in the maybe column. I'm not gonna go and show this to someone who's never seen this show before.
This might, I hear that. I hear that this could be like episode. So we have the meta list, the list of lists. That is the episodes that you would show someone to get them into the show. This one is like 4 or 5 down the line after you've showed them like the Christmas special and like 2 other ones or something.
I think this would go before the Christmas special, if anything.
You need to shut up.
You need to leave this room.
Adam.
You need to leave this room.
I mean, it did
Cancel Adam.
It did chronologically come before the Christmas.
Oh, yeah,
episode,
that's what you
The
technically.
6 listeners we had that were messaging us saying you guys need to be nicer to Adam. They're all like,
Yeah,
"Fuck,
they're
why'd
like,
I send that message?"
I can't believe I defended that guy.